Welcome to another episode of Around the 412. I'm Tyler, and with me, as always, are Smitty and Herb.
Hey, we're
What's
actually
up?
all together.
Yeah, it's been a
Eric Kratz.
little bit. Eric Kratz is on the TV.
Remember when he single-handedly
So
won a
that's when you
game
know
when
it's a
Jeff
terror.
Locke shoved?
Yeah,
Mad
Jeff
Bum.
Locke shove sesh.
Mad bum.
Of course, it's in the regular
Angel
season, not the wild card game.
Pagan just missed.
I
Wins
know.
don't matter, but Jeff Locke got that W, and Madison Bumgarner didn't.
Bumnar Gardner.
Bumgarner.
Bum. All right.
Sondergrad.
So
Never forget.
the questions this week kind of sucked.
Oh, yeah, they did.
I didn't look at him, so.
still
But
won't
Herb,
answer them.
Herb didn't ask
Hit
for
me.
any more. So
I'm glad I didn't.
first off, NS9 just said if you can't beat him, record before him. I don't know. That wasn't a question.
That's
but
because they did. Yeah.
but yeah,
I mean,
guess
depending on how you look at it, we could record before them, like, every
Well, I mean,
week.
I was going to say, technically, we are
Depending on when
recording
your
before
week
them every
starts.
they're lucky we're not recording on the same day because that would just put them out of business.
I mean, we did for a while, and they were going out of business.
They were. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, they actually paid us to stop recording the same day. That's why we can't do it the same day as them anymore. Joey Bited Donuts said, "Who did let the dogs out?"
Andre 3000.
I don't have a legit. That was very quick.
Who's the dude that made that song?
It's the Baja Man.
Mm.
The dude? I don't know who they probably
I
didn't
don't
write
know.
it. You're probably right, but I don't know who wrote it.
I don't know why.
It's
Andre
about ugly
3000 was
women.
Yeah.
I
I don't know why Andre 3000 was the first one to come to mind, but it was.
I'm gonna say Nos.
Oh,
I don't know. We're all just saying random people.
fair enough. Tyler?
I don't know.
What's his name? I can't remember his name now. Lenny Kravitz.
What the? And then someone responded to that and said, "Who will stop the rain?"
I actually don't have an answer for that one.
Craig.
No.
Only Craig can stop the rain. And NS9's official meteorologist. I think he just graduated.
I'm
or
so
whatever,
mean to Craig.
We all are.
Literally,
Yeah.
he tweets at like random times in the night, and I'm one of the only people up, and I
Yeah.
just tweet him all negative stuff back to him.
Negative or mean?
Yeah, I'm just I don't
Yes.
care about this. He'll tweet out real early in the morning today's forecast. I'm like, no, literally nobody cares.
I feel like the day that train derailed
yeah.
over Station Square, he
Yeah.
may have had a heart attack.
Probably.
That's how just you mentioning him tweeting in the morning. I remember a couple years ago, I was sitting at work in a car, and Doug was tweeting out these Japanese wrestling things.
Oh my
And
God.
I was like, it's 7:30 in the morning, and Doug is already tweeting out promos that he can't even read.
I've thought about that. I'm like, who is following Doug? That's there for this.
I don't know.
Who's looking for his match ratings and stuff like that? He's tweeting it for somebody. Somebody he must have a following of other
His
wrestling
burner
promotion
account.
fans.
His burner.
His
account.
burner account.
I don't know. I don't tweet I tweet about BYU, but no one I care about follows me for that.
Your
Yeah.
burner account does.
My burner account
It's called
is
Around the 412.
or Cooney's ego, technically.
All right.
That's I was thinking about making that ego or you know how they made the Around the 412 fan page.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about making my old ego account just making it fan page 2.0 just cuz and just to outdo him because it has over 2,000 followers.
You should. You should.
I mean, I only promote our show on it anyway.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I do
You
on it.
should. That'd be so funny.
Cotton Eye Joe, where did he come from? Where did he go?
Who's asking these
Joey
things?
Bag of Donuts.
Alabama is going to be the answer to both of those.
Oh, from Alabama, and he also went to Alabama.
Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Not from around the 412, so I don't care. And Tim said, "Is Annie okay?"
Ask Michael Jackson.
As
And
far
Did
as-
everybody just ask questions?
It started
Like,
out
of
as
lyrics?
Yeah, that's how those were the first thing. I think there's only one legitimate question.
By the way, Tim, great
Huh.
song. I don't care whose version you listen to.
Yeah.
Great song.
Okay, so Jeff Branson though asked people I guess the second part is a question. People keep saying the Pirates are going to be good the next few years. Why should I believe them?
Shut up. Have something to look forward to. That's all I'm going to say.
Don't
Yeah,
be
I
depressed
don't-
like me, okay?
Take a word from both of us. It sucks.
I
You
really
have
don't
no
have
idea
a-
how many times I just want to tell you to shut up on Twitter.
Oh, I know.
It's so insensitive, but I don't care. The only way, like, because it's like late night Twitter. There's not many people on, and I just see you tweeting. It's like, Herb, shut up. I'm not on my timeline for this stuff right now. You have a Tumblr.
Smitty's just
Keep
like,
it there.
Smitty's just like, can I talk?
Can I answer this question?
Go ahead, Smitty.
So, yeah, I don't really have a good reason for you to believe that they'll be better the next few years. I mean, it kind of depends on what they do this offseason, I guess, if you will have hope next year. The one thing I can say is we're getting rid of guys that people have been wanting to get rid of. So,
Apparently, North Shore 9 has a reason, but they
Who?
didn't say it.
oh yeah, they just sent the Stanley.
Yeah.
If they fire the coaching staff, do you think he'll?
Oh, if they
leave?
fire the
better?
coaching staff, I
Or
will
more?
go to every single game next year. All 162. Yeah.
Like fire Clint and Jeff Branson.
81.
Yeah.
You're doing the road too. Every
Dude,
single road.
Ryan Platt has really turned on Clint
Yeah.
Hurdle like the past month.
I haven't not paid a lick of attention to Pirates Twitter recently.
I haven't either. I haven't watched the damn game. I can't.
I mean, I
Wow,
basically
you have a sports podcast and you haven't watched a game.
I start out
That's okay, neither
I start
do I.
out watching every game, and then I'm like, I'm just gonna play PlayStation, and then
It's just frustrating.
Then
the
it
most
just-
part, I'll
then it
leave my
just turned
phone.
into PlayStation the whole time.
But for people that do have optimism, I guess it stems from the fact that we're getting some guys off the books. There are some guys that are close to the majors, but I mean, the biggest thing is what have we seen from guys that we've developed to make us have any hope that they're going to be good?
Well, either way, they're not going to get a chance because Clint Hurdle likes Sean Rodriguez and his average of 163 and has a massive hard-on for it. Did you see that interview?
Yeah, where he said we're getting another guy back that can help.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Define help.
I want Clint Hurdle thrown in an insane asylum with a straight jacket and everything in one of those white padded rooms because that's where he deserves to be right now.
all right.
Boy,
Jeez,
has
how
the
do-
tone of this
I've
show
s-
in the past
how do
3
I
weeks.
how do I
changed.
bounce back from that?
I don't know if you guys saw it. It was like someone tweeted out the it was someone who does like sports updates on the Fan. I don't know if it was Eric Hagman or Jeff something, but he tweeted out the record of like the Rays and Pirates since the trade deadline,
Yeah.
and it's like you realize only 2 players in that trade are relevant in those records.
And one is much better than the other still.
Yeah, like Boz and Meadows haven't touched the
Yeah.
race, so
Yeah.
I think that's kind of pointless to
That
point
and
out
the
the
race-
records after that
It's
trade.
pointless to even compare Glasnow and Archer
Yeah.
because it's not like Glasnow would be pitching like he is there here,
No,
I mean,
and
he's even-
they're using him in a totally different role.
Yeah.
is he like a relief starter? Is he doing that?
He's
Yeah.
the
thing?
opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Sergio Romero.
Opener season.
Yeah.
I mean, we should have tried it.
That's what I kept saying.
But-
But guess what? We have old white dudes as our coach.
Well, but there's not many coaches that do it like that
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
I mean, if we replace Clint Hurdle, the next guy's probably not going to have that
No,
mindset.
probably not.
I mean, unless it is like Kevin Cash.
Dude, seeing Tyler and
Who knows?
Ruga argue about Glass now, or really anything, is so funny.
Listen, Ruga failed against a guardrail. That's all I'm going to say.
I just, I got nothing. I got nothing here. I got nothing.
I feel like you got
it's-
something.
It's literally with Ruda. It's like never the Pirates doing anything bad. It's always just the other team doing something better.
So if
like-
we,
like
if
the-
we're
when-
up to bat,
Technically,
we're
he's
just
not,
not
wrong.
getting hits. Their pitchers just not doing good. We're just not hitting. But when they're up to bat, they're hitting the ball well. We're not like
Yeah. So the game that we were at, where McRae ended up pitching 3 innings or 4 innings, whatever it might have been, after Nova could not miss a bat. He ended up throwing like 80 pitches in 3 innings,
Oh, yeah.
and it was like he was saying it was just really good at bats by the
No.
other team. They were grinding them out, and it's
No.
like, I mean,
That's called your pitcher can't find the damn zone.
well, no, he wasn't. He was just they were fouling everything off. It was longer bats.
Okay,
like,
maybe Ruga was right.
like, yeah, but he couldn't miss that's part of pitching is missing bats
Yeah.
to me. I mean, I understand that there's
Unless you're
guys that
Charlie
pitch in
Morton.
contact, and his Ks per 9 are way up.
Yeah. Good point.
But that's just over optimism. But anyway, getting back to the question that was asked, I don't know how I got so off topic there.
Is Andy
I-
okay? Yeah.
No. Bloop and a blast.
Yeah,
Question.
I know.
Why should I believe that the Pirates are going to be good the next few years?
Don't go away.
Yeah, I really don't have an answer for you.
If
I mean,
will.
I don't have
Trust
an answer.
the fucking process.
I don't have an answer, and the people that are telling you that they're going to be good the next few years don't have an answer because the only people that are going to determine that are in the organization. So
I think it's so
just wait
dumb.
and see because you know that you're still going to be a fan regardless.
People who are turning on Archer this quickly are so dumb.
So
yeah, and I said that would happen.
I'm not already a Chris Archer apologist by any means. Like he needs to be better than what he's shown. But so first start, terrible defense behind him.
Yep.
Really wasn't like bad. Lasted 4 2/3. Second start, he pitched with food poisoning in Colorado.
Which is, good God.
In Colorado. And then the third start, once again, the defense kind of let him down. What I will say is, man, is it frustrating to watch all the 3-2 counts.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know.
All I'm going to say...
I'm not going to say we didn't know that coming in, but I feel like he would have a high pitch count just because of the style of pitching he has.
And I'm going to say it again, just to answer it. Pittsburgh fans suck.
I thought that was going to have a word
I
or
thought they
something
were going to
after
say
it.
suck on something.
Yeah, no, the second word was suck.
They
And I'll say it one more time. They suck. They have zero loyal, like, what's the past tense of loyal?
What?
What? The past tense of...
What are you trying to say?
I don't know.
Loyalty?
Yeah, there you go. I had a
I
stroke.
was like, what?
What's the past tense of loyal?
Loyal Tide.
They were loyalted to this person.
The
The past tense of loyal is loyal. They were loyal to a person. That's the past tense.
They are loyal and they were loyal. It's the same thing. The same word. I think the biggest thing is I'll keep talking while you're dying.
Yeah, Herb doesn't even have his mic in his hand.
I think the biggest thing is like people in Pittsburgh just know names. It's like everybody in Pittsburgh knew that we weren't getting the same Chris Archer that we'd seen in 2015.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Like we needed like a number 2, number 3 pitcher, and look at his contract. He never makes more than like $8.5 million.
It's
So
not like
what we traded was for his price, really, like his contract. That's why you gave up what you did.
I can't even defend what I just did. I'm just that tired.
Yeah, just move on.
I don't think anybody
You're just a waste. You're
I don't
a joke.
think anybody that knows baseball still identified Chris Archer as an ace.
No. I mean,
The only people that did have just know his name.
I get there were people like, and I feel like those people were the ones that were like, who would you start in a wild card game if we got there, Tyon or Chris Archer? And it's because of who he was.
Oh,
or who he
Filipponi?
is.
Easy.
I mean,
Joe Musgrove.
Filipponi or like anybody online really. Yeah, that was
You mean the
that
fake
was my
fan?
name in that.
Yeah.
But
I would make that decision like the week before.
for how much
See
he
how it
makes,
lined up and who's pitching the
and
best at the time.
I'm
But it
s-
doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna judge Chris Archer's Pirate career off of like 4 starts when he first gets here.
No.
Yeah.
But you know who will? The rest of the city.
Okay.
I mean, like you might as
Well,
well deal with it. We have him for like 4
I
more
mean,
years.
we have a lot more baseball to talk, but that was just one question. So I'm going to save the rest for
I might not make it through this
when we talk
episode.
about. Favorite back to school memory. I don't have a favorite because it meant I was going back to
I
school.
didn't even know what this meant.
It meant I was
Like-
going back to school. What was
Yeah.
always dope was my mom would spend so much money on back to school clothes and shoes. So that was sick as hell.
Yeah. I don't think I have one.
I was
I
fly.
don't think any school year was fun.
Up until from like, I'll just I don't really know one, so I'll just say up until from I don't know 4th or 5th grade till like 9th grade, I always got a brand new pair of DC shoes.
Oh.
Osiris.
Oh.
I did have a pair of Osiris shoes, but they weren't like the Osiris shoes that everybody
That you
thinks
think of. Yeah.
They just had like a little logo on the tongue.
Okay.
It wasn't even like the big O.
Man, we make so much fun of that.
Why?
Osiris shoes.
I
Because
never
they're
heard
just.
of them.
I'll show you a picture. They're-
Okay, fair enough.
I guarantee you've seen them.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a pair of DC shoes downstairs, but that's like...
But yeah, like I used to. Every year I'd get a new pair of DC shoes that had the big DC on the side.
Yeah.
Actually, I lied. Favorite back to school memory. You know, when I came back in 8th grade, I had just lost like 37 pounds from the previous year. Like that summer, I lost 37 pounds.
8th grade, and you were worried about
7th
that?
to 8th. I played football, so I just it like just happened.
Oh.
I wasn't like dieting.
Yeah.
It just happened. Like,
Understandable.
and
Never seen those
Yeah.
in my life.
Those are-
Never.
You've never seen Osiris
those are
shoes?
literally
Nope.
the Osiris that I think of. Those colors. That or like the orange and like black,
So they were raver shoes.
essentially. Yeah, like you knew what type of music those people listened to.
Damn it. Those were before their time.
Well, I don't even know. Back then, they were like screamo shoes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
That was the music I listened to.
Well, that can make some sense. Anyway.
But yeah. Anyways, people hadn't seen me for so long, and all of a sudden walked up in there, had my ears pierced,
Walked up in
lost
there.
37 pounds.
Just like
Walked up
Macklemore.
in there.
Is Tyler related to Chris Snyder? Are you related to Chris
That
Snyder?
Tyler? Yes.
Wait, what?
Hernia and all.
Are you related to Chris Snyder, the former Pirates catcher?
Is that based off of looks?
Yes.
I don't know. It's
Who asked that?
Bucko-
Bucko Mike?
yeah.
Does
So
it
yeah.
surprise you?
So I'm guessing it's based off looks.
No.
it's a
I'm
no.
not.
Why are you taking so long?
No, no, sorry. I was just looking at pictures of him.
Favorite 70s rock band?
I don't have one. I don't like old rock music.
Oh, wait, there's no cameras. I don't know why I looked up.
He doesn't have facial hair in that, though.
Anyway.
True.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I don't listen to that music, man. Ross knows this. He just asked it.
Who would be the 70s? Fucking
What,
Rolling
70s rock
Stones.
bands?
Yeah.
Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin, the Beatles. I mean, late Beatles. That was like their later years.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Pink
they-
Floyd,
they're like 70s.
The Rolling Stones, Black Sabbath,
Aerosmith.
The Who,
Okay.
Aerosmith,
Skinner.
Who
Deep
are playing
Purple,
tomorrow.
AC/DC.
Okay, never mind AC/DC. Never mind.
ZZ Top.
Oh, Queen.
Oh, that was 70s?
Yeah.
Okay,
Easy
Queen
answer.
Wins. Yeah,
Queen.
wins.
I'm going to go with Sex Pistols just because then. Oh, nope. Journey.
Still Queen.
Get out of here.
You too.
Also, Sex Pistols weren't bad.
I was just putting Sex Pistols.
Just the name, yeah.
Who was the band from Scranton that made it big? Was that U2? Yes. Sorry. Office quote.
Sarge said, "Do you like me or do you like me? Like me?"
I'm not answering this.
Neither.
Where's the third option?
Not. I don't either of those after that question.
Do you want to slow dance with our arms 3 feet apart from each other? Like in 7th grade?
Wow.
Wow.
So the unnamed assistant that was at the strip club in 2014 was Zach Smith. Was Tom Herman.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who?
He's now the coach at Texas. He was like the
He was-
most
he was the
sought-after
coach at,
when he was at Houston.
Houston, yeah.
Ooh, Fallout. I love it.
Zach Smith, what a name.
Forever in infamy.
Yeah, Smitty, why'd you beat your girlfriend?
What girlfriend?
I'm just joking. Same name.
His face.
Depression.
I have to show you guys a song now after this.
Oh no.
No, it's not bad.
Yikes.
So moving to the NFL. Now we can start the show for real. Now we got the questions out of the way.
20 minutes in.
Chris Boswell and Vince Williams got extensions, and all of a sudden, people think Vince Williams sucks in Pittsburgh. I guess. That was like the same thing. It's like Sean Davis couldn't cover it wrong,
Mhm.
and
People
got
thought he was
exposed in that. So after that game, Sean Davis sucks now to everybody
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Vince Williams had a really bad game against the Jaguars in the playoffs, so now he sucks.
The whole team had a bad game
Yeah.
against the Jaguars in the playoffs, so shut the fuck up.
But I love Vince. I'm happy that he
Vince.
had a second extension in Pittsburgh. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
crazy for a 6th rounder who was kind of an afterthought in that draft. And then Boswell, talk about an afterthought. I mean, he was our, 4th kicker the year that he ended up becoming our starter.
Yeah, Scobyitis.
So, yes, Scobie was right before him, but we had Sweezum, suffered an injury in the preseason game, and then
R.I.P.
Garrett
my dude.
Hartley came in,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he tore his hamstring or whatever the last game of the preseason. Then we signed Scobie. He was terrible.
That
Traded for
Ravens game
Scobie.
happened.
And then we get Boswell off waivers or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and since then he's just kind of
Automatic.
run with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Made
that
the Pro
Scobie
Bowl
game
last
a
year.
Mike Vick start against the Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching that game.
How many starts did Mike Vick have here? He started a Monday night game against the Chargers. Was it only those 2?
Oh man, I wish he played here longer.
Chargers was
2 or 3?
that was the walk-off Le'Veon Bell
Yeah.
Wildcat, right?
Yeah.
I
That,
wish he,
that game won me
Was that 2014 or 15?
I think it was 15. Because 14 he was still in the Eagles, if I remember right.
I was just say 15.
I don't know. I just remember it was years ago. So
Yeah, it won me like $260. That touchdown.
Wow.
that was before any of us knew each other.
Yeah. Wait.
Maybe.
Yeah, because we met opening day 2016.
Actually,
Yeah, but we
I
might
had
have been
just
friends
met
on
you.
Twitter.
You and me. Not him.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
not me with you, but me with him. Yes.
I like how we're talking with our hands now.
yeah.
Not me with her, but me with
Yeah.
Smitty. Yes, because I played in the tournament in 2015.
Yeah,
that was the first time.
Okay. Yeah, YouTube's gonna get this with a picture.
Sweet. Like that was the same way with
Last week.
Donardo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you guys see about the Steelers creatively blocking out the possibility of drones? They built like this 2-story thing surrounding where they practice so like there wouldn't be like to prevent the possibility of drones watching their practice.
Is that what that fucking was?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know, like Tomlin sounded sarcastic about it
Mhm.
when they asked him about it, but like why else are you doing that?
Something tells me that happened before.
So are we saying
They're
that
avoiding Spygate.
are we
2.0.
saying that drones can't go higher than 20 feet?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what the structure looks like. I don't
Like,
know
does
if
it
there's
cover
a
the
top.
top?
That's what I said. I don't know if there's some sort of top to it too.
I was
or
gonna
what.
say, like, I feel like a drone can go a lot higher than like
Oh yeah,
20
for sure,
feet.
for sure. Shout out to what's his name that sent us the drone thing.
Tim
about Pittsburgh.
Oxenrider.
Yeah, Tim.
Ah.
So he does stuff for Ben Stonium.
Is he Albie's? Is he related to Albie? Is what I should say.
I don't know. I'll find out.
Because if he is, I'm related to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll find out. I was actually
What up,
thinking about.
cuz?
I was actually thinking about possibly having him on at some point, just because.
Ben Stonium.
Yeah,
Nice.
That was
Yeah.
a dope video.
It was.
But we'll see how that goes. OBJ might have an extension before week 1, and it's going to
Oh.
be massive,
Oh.
record breaking, is the quote.
Are the Giants going to be bad this year?
I don't think so.
I think they'll
I didn't think they would have been
I predicted them to win the conference.
I was
last
just
year,
say-
so
Oh, that's
division. Division.
their
Did you pick-
division.
Did you pick them?
Division.
Okay, I was
No,
saying, did you pick
division.
them in the Super Bowl?
No,
I think that.
God, I would laugh at you.
I
picked
mean,
the Packers.
the
in Super
Eagles
Bowl
are
last year.
obviously to me going to win that division. But as far as the second team, I mean, them, the Cowboys, the Redskins.
I said the Cowboys would be the worst.
I'd probably go with the Giants.
Oh, yeah, me too.
The Cowboys line, like Travis Frederick now has that disease or whatever. They have no idea when he's to be able to return. They only have 2 starters
yeah.
from their offensive line right now.
Who's in that division anyway? Cowboys, Redskins, Giants.
And Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
It's only 4
So I mean,
teams.
you're obviously probably picking the Eagles to win that division,
Yeah.
and then the second place though, kind of up for grabs.
I saw something that said this is like the best fit Eli's looked in a few years. Like this
The
camp,
best fit.
like the most fit he looks.
Most fit, like Ben.
best fit. Yeah. Like most he like slimmed down or something.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a reasoning behind that. You know, it's like getting Saquon, getting him new linemen. He probably went into last year just so, especially, I mean, after OBJ got hurt.
Win in
just
full
so-
Jay Cutler.
Yeah, he was just so depressed. He's like, I don't
Jay
even.
Cutler
Whenever
just
they
ripping-
benched him for
Yeah,
that
and
game,
then that too. Yeah,
that
he
was
had-
just so dumb.
and they did it for one
Their
game.
coach was horrible.
And
anyway.
it wasn't even for like a guy that you're seeing what they have for the future. It was for Geno Smith.
I'm going to tell you right now,
Like,
what the Giants were last year is what the Raiders are going to be until they get rid of Gruden.
Hasn't even coached a game yet.
Calling it.
did you see what his quote about how much he's making? He has $100 million contract for 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And somebody asked if they thought that he was overpaid, and he said, "No, I'm not overpaid. Tom Cruise is overpaid." It was like, what the hell? Why is he comparing himself to an actor?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise of all
And
people.
a guy that's like 20 years younger than him.
And then Jamel Hill.
Do you know
Yeah.
how old Tom Cruise
Said-
is?
Is he in his 40s?
He's in his 50s.
Oh, never mind.
Jamel Hill said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Do not come at Tom Cruise like this. Don't act like he's Nicolas Cage." And then somebody quoted that and was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Do not be coming at Nicolas
no,
Cage."
okay, that needs to stop.
Nicolas Cage he's an interesting actor because I don't know if he's good or bad. Or both.
He was good. Now he's bad.
I don't know
There's
if
your
I've
answer.
seen like
Like
Nicolas
National
Cage films.
National Treasure.
National Treasure.
Great film.
Yeah.
Great film.
I've obviously seen National
What's
Treasure.
that? What's that?
Ghost
Wizard
Rider
one?
sucks.
Ghost Rider sucks. What was the wizard one that he was in?
The Da Vinci Code?
No, there was like a I wanna say it was
Wizard
a
one?
kid movie.
I
Yeah,
have
The
no-
Apprentice or something like that. The Wizard's Apprentice.
I have no idea.
That movie was horrible.
We are now a
The
movie
Sorcerer's
podcast.
Apprentice, I think, is what it was. Yes.
I don't know why I thought of Da Vinci Code.
Untapped.
I just
I'm sorry for everybody that came for sports. What's next?
Jamal.
I saw this on Twitter.
Oh,
Sorry.
wait. I want to bring some up. Sorry. Somewhere online, somebody predicted that it was going to be a Falcons-Steelers Super Bowl.
Was it Sports Illustrated?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I like that.
And then the Falcons will be up 28-3, and then we know the rest.
Yes, we do.
I saw on Twitter, is October the best month?
Yes, because I'm born that month, yes.
Nope, never mind. I was trying to think if there's anything terrible, and then he said that.
Like, is October the best month for sports, I guess?
Yeah.
College football, NFL football in the mid-season.
Hockey starts back
NHL
up.
and basketball start up.
World Series.
And the MLB playoffs are happening.
Yeah. It normally doesn't end until the beginning of October, but still, I mean, it could end up. I mean,
You mean beginning of November?
November. But
yeah, I mean, the whole
October.
playoffs is in
Most of the-
October.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just know that the summer months are terrible for sports, but most people just don't care because of the weather.
Weather. That's why I care.
Summer
sucks.
As I said, most people. All right, Herb, we'll see you.
He heard me say college football and got up and left.
So
What were you going to say about Jamal?
he texted me. Steelers Depot put up a tweet about Joe Hayden wanted to cover James Washington at practice, and then he lost the battle. So Jamal tweeted me and said LLS.
Okay.
I said, what's funny?
Wait, who lost the battle? Joe Hayden or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good news to me.
Yeah. What's next? Anything else in
Richie
NFL?
Incognito. See the story about him?
No.
Like going crazy at his dad's funeral or whatever. He wanted his head to be cut off for science. Richie Incognito wanted his dad's head to be cut off for science.
Why?
I have no idea.
Did his dad play football?
I don't know.
If
But
he
either
did,
way,
that
this
makes
dude's a
sense.
nutcase. He didn't
Yeah.
say his brain. He didn't say he wanted his brain for science. He wanted his head cut off.
His
of
whole damn head.
yeah.
The neck up.
And he was just like punching caskets, throwing urns. Like, he just went nuts.
That sounds like a crack field rage.
This dude, no, he probably just already has CTE.
Fair enough.
That'd be my guess.
early onset CTE. It's horrible.
And the last thing is, we haven't seen a ton of injuries yet, but preseason football every year is like
Yes.
a debate, at least to some extent, like how
Twitch
many
just
games they
opened
should
up.
play in preseason. How many games do you ideally think the team should play in preseason?
2.
Two. Yeah.
One with like the starters mainly, or whatever, like how they do the
Get up to
third
speed.
preseason game.
Sure.
And then one is, I guess the thing is though, it's like how do you cut down your roster? Like you'd be mainly doing it
Practice.
based off the practices, then I guess, right?
I mean-
you want to see them in game, so I guess that's what you play for.
Or,
but
I mean, at least for some, if it was up to me, I don't care if Ben plays a preseason game or AB.
yeah,
Like, there's certain players.
Todd Gurley's not.
Yeah, there's certain players I don't care if they ever played. So let that be the other players. Like, you
Yeah.
know who's going to start that position. No one's fighting for it. Just
Yeah,
why even risk getting them injured? Just don't even play it. Because really, what's the point?
Like last night in the
Honestly,
Browns game
what's the really point of having the third game as the starters? Like, they start like the first quarter.
I
Just to
guess
show them?
Yeah, I guess it's the best one for them to do that because it's like
get up to speed.
close
but
enough.
still-
Like you can shake the rust off where it's close enough to
Yeah.
the regular season, but it's not the very last one. So like if you were to suffer like a minor injury, I don't know. I'm trying to think of logistically why they do it. There has to be something with the numbers that they're like, okay, this makes the most sense. Have it like 2 weeks before the regular season. This will be like the tune-up. I don't know.
you would think. But did you guys watch the game last night? Eagles Browns.
No, but I saw
I
Tyrod
did-
Taylor's wrist.
I
Yeah.
had it on for a very little bit, and it was 5-0. I was like,
The
Alright.
game ended 5-0.
Yeah.
So dumb. The Eagles are 0-3 in
the
the
Indians
preseason.
playing the Phillies.
what's that?
Oh yeah.
I said the Indians
Yeah,
playing
somebody
the
said
Phillies.
in Corey
That was
Kluber.
Scheffner.
But shut up.
That was Adam Scheffner.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. But yeah, it was a terrible game. Most preseason games are.
Yeah.
Did anything come out
This
about
is-
Taylor's wrist?
He's fine.
Yeah,
He's fine.
he jacked his head. We good to go for week 1. He also dislocated his pinky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But apparently he's gonna be good to go.
I don't like that.
It was
I know, did you
it was
see-
almost Baker season.
I remember the video of Derek Carr. They did a close up on his finger. We
Yeah.
dislocated it. It was just so disgusting. Like he was almost like crying.
I hate
in
anything
pain.
with the body like that.
But all right, moving on from the NFL now, going to the NHL.
You want to
sounds
not
like
hold your phone up to the microphone?
I turned it down.
the Coyotes are going to let Alex Galchenyuk play center, at least to start.
Yes.
So they're doing the same thing, right? That Montreal was.
I
And
think
then-
you said. Did you say the Coyotes? I thought you said Canadians.
No, the Coyotes are
Okay.
going to let Galchenyuk play center.
I know. I thought you said the Canadians
And
at
the-
first, and I
Oh,
went
I'm
along
saying the
as if you did.
Canadians tried to play him at center, albeit as like a third line.
Yeah.
And it really didn't pan out well.
Of course not.
I don't know. I feel like he's better on the wing, but we'll see how it works in Arizona.
I think it'll work in Arizona.
It's
I think he'll have more confidence.
that's it. I mean, there's probably extra motivation for sure. I mean, the only thing that the only difference, I guess, would be like defensive responsibility. Like, do you
Yeah.
feel like he can do that? Because face-offs, there's a ton of guys that play top-line center that can't win face-offs. So,
Yeah.
Evgeny Malkin, second-line center, can't win face-offs. But,
Would be a first line center on almost any other team.
Yeah.
But
and like 2 days ago, it came out that an Erik Karlsson trade was close. I mean, first off, how long have we been hearing that?
well, I mean,
And-
it did go quiet for a while.
And second off, like, what is close? Like, when are we looking here?
Good point.
It's
I really
They
want
say
him
it's-
traded before the season.
definitely going to be to a Western Conference team. And he denies this report, but there's a report that he won't sign
An extension with
an
the Canadian team.
an
Yeah.
extension with the Canadian team. So, I don't want to say it limits, but obviously it does cut down the number of teams.
Cuts it by what?
Just go to
4?
Vegas already.
Yeah, really. Thomas Tartar.
If Dallas were willing to part with
Tart.
their number one, if Dallas were willing to part with their number one prospect, I don't even know how to say his name. What is it, Heiskanen?
Miro Heiskanen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that'd probably be a star by now.
Probably.
But doesn't sound like they're willing to do that.
I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. They're going to send him to where can do it? Where has
you
the
mean
cap
without
space
the
that can
you
hold
mean
him?
without the
Where
extension
can do it?
Yeah, because it's going to be
before he signs with Vegas? Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, because it's going to be almost identical to what happened to Hoffman. Is what I'm kind of feeling.
Cap wise,
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't make a ton. He only makes like 6.5
Yeah, I was going to say
million.
it's 6.5, but what teams have that cap?
But,
room?
but, whatever team makes this trade, they are also probably getting Bobby Ryan,
Yeah, good point.
which hurts Ottawa's return.
Yep.
Vancouver apparently would be really interested if he would sign an extension with them.
Yeah.
But
Omega Law.
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to see what is
That apparently
Arizona's
will not happen.
what is Arizona's cap friendly? I'm gonna look it up.
I can't even. The only 2 teams I can think of, 3 teams that I can think of that have cap space is Vancouver, Vegas, and Arizona.
But then it's like, out of the teams that have cap space, how many of them does it make sense to trade for a guy that might not re-sign with
Vegas.
you? So, I mean, if Dallas has the cap, I don't know if Dallas has the cap space.
I doubt it. I could though.
If
Oh.
if Arizona knew that he was gonna re-sign with them,
If they
I'd
could
do it.
say they could trade though, like
Arizona and
Spezza.
OEL. That's dope.
Maybe Dallas can trade like Spezza or something. By the way, they're not even committing to Sagan, so I don't know why we're talking about them acquiring people when they don't even know what they're doing with the star that they have.
It's a silly sport. It is a silly
They're
sport.
trying to bring in another
Hey Sagan,
superstar.
you want to be a third line center?
Fourth line.
They're trying to bring in
Potentially.
another superstar,
Yeah.
and they haven't locked theirs up yet.
I don't get it.
Dallas.
What does it take to be an NHL GM? Breathe.
Sagan, how does it sound to be Sid's winger?
What do you guys think of Ryan Ellis's extension?
Discount.
8 years, $50 million.
Discount.
That kind of
Is it
rounds
50
out
million
the top
exactly?
4 for the future, I guess.
6.25 a year. Yeah, that's good.
They've all been there for a while too. Ekholm, Ellis, Yossi, and I guess
I mean, Subban's the
Subban
most
and
recent
Weber.
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they've all been there decent. So I mean, that's just incredible.
But there's,
development.
how many was it? Like,
And
we're
scouting.
going on 2 straight years where it was just like, well, before he signed this extension, where it was just like, if Nashville wants to really improve their forwards, they're trading one of their top 4, and now it's like they're all there. Like,
They did trade one of the top 4 for another top 4 defenseman.
Well, yeah, that was a good trade.
Yeah, it was because Mark Bergevin's an idiot.
How long is Shea Weber going to be out for?
What's the latest on him?
He's got ligma.
And Bofa.
He's got ligma on both of his feet.
We're done. That's the episode.
Shea Weber.
No, I think he had some sort of surgery, and I can't remember when it was, but I think they said 8 months, 8 to 12 months.
Oh wow, yeah.
So
What do we? And I mean, that wasn't like really recently, but that was
this off season.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I just meant like not in the past couple weeks.
yeah,
So
that's like real bad.
Trying
like
to find
maybe
something that
maybe he
tells
comes back in like the spring. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like March at the earliest is what I'm gonna say. God, Jesus, the Canadians. there's no like other way to describe them.
It's like who even wants to inherit that mess when
No.
they do get rid of Bergevin?
Somebody who can deal with
I mean,
shit.
obviously being an NHL GM, that's it. But it's like, wow, you
Yeah.
can't really walk into a worse situation
Exactly.
than what you have to fix. At the same time, though, as long as that situation's understood, it's kind of like you're playing with house money because
Yeah.
you can't do worse than the last guy that was here. Just
I think the only other place that might be worse to walk into is Ottawa.
yeah,
So
you walk in and everything's just on fire.
Let's
on
see.
fire, it's already
Put it-
ash.
Put it out. Put it out. Put it out. Here's a glass of water.
Yeah.
On July 5th, a article came out saying Shea Weber is out 5 to 6 months following
5
his
to
Oh.
6.
following his injury.
That may have been his. Maybe I confused that whenever he first got hurt.
All right, so 5 to 6 from
Still,
July.
that's-
Yeah, he'll be like
I mean, that's
December,
still like
January.
December, January.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still early in the year, and part of me doesn't think he's going to come back that early.
And that's still
'Cause he got reset a couple times.
okay. So if that means like he can start doing hockey activities again at 5 to 6, it's gonna take time to get back into hockey shape.
Yeah.
And he's not just gonna play as soon as that 5 to 6 months is up.
He was already the Walmart version of Chara. He's now like the full value version of Chara.
Imagine trading PK Subban for him.
Just because he's black.
You
Whoa,
don't
whoa,
like
whoa.
personality.
That was that was ultimately the reason.
Prove me wrong. All right, jump into the MLB. It's Players Weekend,
Yes, it is.
so we get to see some expression from the guys actually, except for Jordan Luplow. But you know,
He shouldn't even be here anyway.
Is
That's a waste
is
of a
he?
third-round pick.
is he still?
I don't think so.
I think he's sent down.
He shouldn't be on the
They
organization.
probably sent him down because he didn't even have a nickname on his jersey.
Yeah,
he didn't even waste the time because he knew he wouldn't be here.
they're like, we got to make sure he's gone before Players Weekend
Yeah.
rolls around.
Who
Or
doesn't come up with a nickname? Or
Like just
put something.
J-Lup or something like that, like
That's what it was last year when he was here.
Fruit Loop. I don't know.
Oh.
Whatever you want to do, but that's just terrible.
My favorite's still Fegley.
I do like Milwaukee's uniforms.
I do too. A lot.
And
I
his
like
hats,
that hat.
and the hats, obviously.
That literally is
Cool.
just this hat with a blue bill and
Yeah,
I like their
logo.
logo, that
Yeah, I do
MB with
too,
the
yeah.
glove. That's why.
fair enough.
But all right. So, the rise and fall of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I know.
As we've already mentioned, it's kind of been like very. We apologize to the listeners, but sporadic with recordings recently.
Yeah.
We're in the process of changing days and stuff that we had going on, but it doesn't seem like that long ago we're sitting on here talking and being very optimistic,
It was a month
and
ago.
all of a sudden,
It was less than a month ago.
yeah. I mean, when Jared was on here, that was like 3 episodes ago. Everything was great. That was like the day before the trade
3
deadline,
games
and then
back of the
Yeah.
wild card and sending out shirts that said we're good.
it, very like optimistic about where the team was. It was
Hey,
almost
that
like
was your idea.
it was like
it was my idea to make them.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Regardless, at that time,
Okay,
it was kind
Adam.
of like whatever happens with the team, like, just it's great to see competitive baseball, but the future looks bright. Now here we are, and what future? It's probably be more of the same crap again next year.
What future?
And I mean, I don't know. It's just like, what is the direction?
Whatever Clint Hurdle wants to take, and I want to take a match to that real quick and a can of gas.
But it's not all on him though.
It isn't, but when you're sitting there at a meeting going, you get asked the question, who can help this team? And you go, a guy with a 163 batting average, you are the problem.
Hey, at least he gives his honest answer.
Good point.
He could, dance around the question like most guys would.
Yeah.
But
doesn't make him not wrong.
No. But it's just what?
Okay. It has nothing to do with the Pirates. It's just something I saw on Twitter. The NHL tweeted out bounce back years for Phil Kessel and Letang. Bounce back from 92 points.
Bounce back.
Letang maybe, but
yeah. What?
Will Matt Murray be healthy?
Hold on. We're gonna take a timeout here. Over under of Chris Letang turnovers this season.
Still,
I'm putting it at 70.
Still not top 10.
Fair enough. I'm putting it at 70.
70. Yeah, 70 doesn't get in the top 10.
No. But he was in the 80s
don't
this
think.
year. Right? I believe he was at like 89 this year.
I don't know.
So
I
I'm
don't
putting
know.
it.
I
I'm
just
putting it at
know.
70, and I'm going over.
Whatever you're putting it at, I'm going under. You need to put it at 1, and I go under.
If he didn't finish, if he finishes the year with under 1 turnover, I might actually jump off the
You can
Clemente
put it at
bridge.
1. He's not turning over the puck once.
Do we have our answer? Google. Well,
I'm
you're wearing a Y, so you're Yahoo today.
Yahoo. Who uses Yahoo?
Not me.
Me for fantasy sports.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, yeah. I mean, like for
As a search engine, nobody.
We got way off topic.
giveaways.
Now we're talking about search engines.
Whoops.
Google Chrome for the win.
That's not a search engine.
You get 89.
It's a browser.
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant.
You
How
had 89,
I'm
so exactly what I said.
Is that what you said?
I'm sorry. That's how I was-
terrible. That's
Oh,
how I
wait.
know that.
Okay. 89. You're saying 70.
Yeah, you know who had more?
It's probably be right around that number.
Carlson, Alsner, Matheson, Provorov, Klingberg, Subban, Carlson, Ekblad, Petrie, Gardner, Burns, Yandel. So you can suck it.
All right.
Okay.
Alsner
We've
having
been
that.
over this before.
Alsner having that number is ridiculous because he's terrible.
He's garbage.
Like he's not even good to like make up for that.
My favorite one on the list besides Letang, probably PK, but then I love Ivan Provorov. Why does he have to be a
I
flyer?
do too.
Not for long.
All right, we can go back to baseball. I just wanted to point out, bounce back from 92 points.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're talking about playoffs, I get it, but 92 points in the regular season,
Yeah.
come on, NHL.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I mean, that's like say there's guys that make the playoffs, so you can put bounce back for them. Every great player that make the playoffs,
Damn it.
bounce back and make the playoffs.
Is
What
Connor
happened?
McDavid going to bounce back from
Yeah.
108 points?
Sorry, my headset got unplugged. I was disappointed.
All right, baseball.
Yeah, we kind of got really off track.
Sorry.
I really don't have a lot to say about the Pirates.
Yeah, no. Actually, can I ask what blocking the plate is after that game last week? Who
We should
was
just
it?
go back to being able to run over the catcher.
Who slid? I can't remember who slid, but he got karate kicked in the face. It
Newman.
was against the Cubs.
It was
Yeah.
Newman.
Yeah, Newman got kicked in the face, and like the ball was nowhere near his face. So why did he get kicked in the face? If he didn't get kicked in the face, he could have easily got there, but he got kicked in the face.
Oh, please tell me. At first, I thought it was how wide he turned on the bag. Why the hell was Joey Torres standing so
know.
close to the bag?
I know. I've never seen anyone stand that close.
Because when I
before.
first saw it, I'm like, why did he turn so
Yeah,
far?
and then I was like, he didn't turn far at all.
and then on the replay, Cora was standing just incredibly
He
close
was
to the
standing
base.
5 feet from the
Yeah.
line. Like, what the hell are you doing, man?
But anyway, now things that are hurting the Pirates. Please tell me. I mean, I think we could all agree before the trade deadline, no one in their right mind would have wanted Cole Hamels.
Right.
Since going to the Cubs, he's a .79 ERA in 5 games.
How come all these guys in their mid-30s switch teams and all of a sudden become power pitchers?
Left-handers
And Charlie Morton
Hap-
and Garrett Cole.
happen. Oh, no. I'm specifically looking at this comparison
Fair
to
enough.
us acquiring Hap in 15.
Fair enough.
That's the comparison I had in mind. When
I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that. Good point.
it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
No one cares about. He's 4-0. They've won all 5 of his starts,
No one cares about wins.
and he has a .79 ERA.
He's murdered the Pirates 3 times, right? 2 or 3 times.
Has it been? I was gonna say I thought it was 2, but and then the
That
Cubs.
was his first start as a Cub, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Against us.
he and 2 of the starts have come against us.
I was there.
And then they go and get Daniel Murphy, who just homered.
God damn it. I forgot about that. Why'd you have to remind me?
Yeah. It was fun. The Cubs tweeted that it was like, "Here's
Biceps.
Daniel Murphy's first career home run at Wrigley Field. This is the truth. Don't fact check it."
At least they know.
Biceps.
Yeah. That. Jesus.
Do you like these jerseys more than the black with the? Yeah, me either.
I hate them.
Mm.
They're so stupid. They should change it up.
What about they should have done yellow as the base color?
Anyway, what were we talking?
Daniel Murphy, and then Matt
oh yeah,
Adams going
and then
to
Matt
Cardinals.
Adams is a Cardinal again. Great, fucking great.
So the Nationals were just like,
Which team should we fuck this year?
The Pirates are real close to us in the division. So
Isn't Matt Adams the one that went to Slippery Rock?
I mean, in the wild
I
card
was gonna
race.
say I wasn't even gonna correct you. Yeah,
I meant in the wild card race.
Yeah.
But
No, he went to
not really a
fucking-
race.
I don't even know. He went to Slippery Rock. I don't know where I was going with that joke. I'm so done with
What did you
baseball.
say?
I said, isn't Matt Adams the one that went to Slippery Rock?
Yes.
And then Herb attempted to make a
My
joke
brain shut
and
off.
didn't even
I
didn't
can't
even
do
say
baseball
anything.
anymore.
Did he go to
can't.
Slippery Rock? I don't think that's ever been proven.
He went to Duquesne. Jesus.
And then how about Ronald Acuna got hit again playing against the
Oh.
Marlins, and then he homered again against the Marlins in the same game.
Okay, can we talk about how? I don't want to say this and sound like you're probably gonna question me at first. How dumb a 6-game suspension is for a starting pitcher.
Yeah, it should be 6 stars.
Yeah.
It should be, yeah, like.
We didn't question you at all. We
Just
agreed.
make it 30 days.
Well,
Like
I didn't
one
want to
month.
say it, and then people like listening are like, "Oh, he doesn't think he should be suspended." It's like, no, that's one start,
Yeah. 2 maybe.
maybe. Like, why does baseball not realize that?
No, they don't.
Like, I get that's like 6 days that he's not getting paid, but that's only one game he's not going to play.
That's one game he's not affecting.
Yeah. So how dumb is that suspension?
Very.
It's terrible. Stupid suspension. Because say he were to have a brawl.
Was that
You were-
Urena, by the way?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jose
yeah.
Urena. Say he is part of a brawl, okay, with Acuna, and just say that Acuna charges them out and they get no brawl. They both get they probably both get the same suspension, right? But it only matters. It matters more to
But
one
Acuna
guy.
plays every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you're looking at Urena missing 1, maybe 2 starts, but Acuna missing over about a week of games.
Yeah. Logic.
Like, at that point, why even suspend him? Because it's kind of it's lame.
Yeah.
In a sense. Like, suspend him for like 15 or 20 days so he misses like 3 or 4 starts at least.
I can't even say anything because the whole MLB is fucked. Every sport's fucked at this point when it comes to rules. But, yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
It's terrible.
I thought it was dumb once I saw it was 6 games and he's a starting pitcher.
Yeah. Anything else?
That was the
Vinny?
first pitch of the game, right?
Yeah,
Good on
But-
Acuna for not charging the mound.
yeah.
I don't think he could because
And how about that frick? How about? Sorry, I moved my hand from the mic. How about that Mets announcer saying that Urena did the right thing?
Yeah.
It's like that dude's playing good. You might as well beam him. Like, that's what you got to do. It's like, what logic is
was
that?
it Keith Hernandez?
I don't know who it was.
Oh, you mean the same dumbass that complained about the jersey thing with the Dodgers?
But what logic is that?
Old white dude logic.
Like, who?
Old school baseball.
Yeah, old white dude logic. Same thing.
Like, the dude's playing good. The first pitch, the game hasn't even been played yet.
Who wants to entertain people with baseball?
Like,
is what
I
that
bet
is.
that dude hates bat flips too.
Oh, 100%.
Make baseball great again.
Hey, I was the first one to say that in 2016.
Bryce Harper has a hat of that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what. Well, I won't say that's what gave me the idea because I won't say it was first, but it was.
All right, well, that's about all I have.
Really?
That's so
Yeah.
dumb.
Wow. Okay.
College football's back in a week, so we could talk about that again.
And I get to go do my laundry in the middle of shows.
I mean,
Oh, should we talk about
Well-
Urban Meyer?
no.
No.
3 games. Joke. There.
Did you see my tweet?
No.
It was like,
Okay, hold on. The problem that I have
We're
is
going to talk
most-
about it.
Okay. The problem that I have
Yeah, we're
is
talking
that
about it.
most people have absolutely no idea of the situation.
Yeah.
And they're talking about it.
Yep.
That I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough.
so what's your take on it? How do you feel about the 3 games?
See, when we last talked about it, I didn't fully know the situation.
Well, really, no
Because-
one did.
Yeah, because the authorities had already responded to it, and they were aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, Urban Meyer, obviously, I think that a lot of people at first were saying, like, it was like a Penn State thing, like he just didn't tell authorities. He told his supervisor or whatever.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. Like, the authorities already knew. So, really he was covering it up from the university?
I guess.
So that's the thing. I think it's still kind of murky, so it's hard for me to speak on, but I don't know. I mean, Urban Meyer doesn't have a clean record of covering up bull crap, and especially the way that he spoke about it after, was just they're trying to say, the university said about, he has like sometimes his temporary memory loss and stuff like
Oh, dude, that
like
that
what?
was so
That is
like that made me laugh.
That
'Cause I'm
shows
like,
what
that is
today's.
so dumb.
So
Like,
I wouldn't.
in college football, winning is above anything else,
It is.
easily.
So I mean,
So it doesn't matter. Like a coach, winning matters more than
that's
anything
like
else.
saying the truth isn't the truth. Some people will understand what that means.
Like Urban Meyer, great coach, but I mean, obviously,
I think from a moral standpoint, Ohio State would be better moving on.
yeah.
And because it's Ohio State, I mean, you're not going to get another Urban Meyer, but you can definitely keep the integrity of that football program
Definitely.
intact.
Okay.
But, all right, we'll be back with Cody Sabol. Speaking of Players Weekend, he did a lot of the guys' tweets, so
Yeah, he did.
we'll talk about that.
Yep.
And we are back, and we are excited about this. We got artist Cody Sabol joining the show. Cody, how you
Hey guys, good to be here.
Alrighty. Right there is where we are going to include the applause sound that you would normally hear in TV shows when we get the ability to do it. So, be waiting on that. Alrighty.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
it's great to have you. Obviously, in the background right now, we got on the Pirate game, so it's Players Weekend, which I'm sure you are following very closely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, first question, like, how surreal is it to see guys wearing stuff that you've created?
Yeah, it's really cool. Obviously, the coolest thing that I've actually that was told to me about this whole thing is when I was picking up the cleats from Jameson Tyone, and he told me that this was like an opportunity for us players to express ourselves beyond baseball. So the coolest thing for me was to just kind of get to the core of these guys and kind of share what their passions are outside of baseball. And Jameson and Trevor are doing things for their charities, and guys with big personalities like Jay Hay get their own thing. So it's really cool that these go more towards who these guys are instead of just baseball,
Yeah, so is it like, who reaches out to who in this situation? Do you reach out to them and like they just, or like how did it start, I guess, essentially? Like, who was the first athlete that you got in contact with and kind of started all this?
Yeah, so I've been doing work for some of the athletes for a little over a year now. This whole operation with me kind of started not too long ago at all. I did something at Josh Harrison's charity event, and there were a few of the Pirates, maybe 10 to 15 Pirates, and they saw what I could do. So I was actually just minding my own business one day, painting, and I got a text from Trevor Williams, and Trevor told guys like Jameson Tyone, Chad Cole, Adam Frazier, Josh Harrison, guys like that. And so I kind of got in contact with Jameson and Josh after Trevor and Chad Cole came to me with their ideas.
Okay. All right, so it sounds like then Josh was kind of like the first one. You were
Yeah,
at his event.
yeah.
So how does that come about though? Like, how did he find you or to do that?
Yeah, this is actually a great story. I saw that he was having a charity event, and I was just starting out because my main form of artwork is the live painting, where I do these paintings, and I try to do them in under 10 minutes. And I offered up. I sent a cold email to the host that was throwing the event, and they responded back and said, "Yeah, we think this would be an awesome idea." So Josh didn't even know I was coming.
Okay.
It was the host of the event, and Josh was so cool. He he, asked for my number. I did a few more outside projects for him that he has hanging up in his home in Cincinnati, and the ball kind of got rolling from that point on.
Okay. I've heard, yeah, I've obviously gone through your social media and stuff, and I've seen about the 10 minutes thing, and then when we posted our pictures, to, like, advertise that you were coming on here, the guys that are, like, known for the Pirate games, like the Renegades of the Rotunda, said that they were at a Penguins game when you did a Phil Kessel one out in the concourse, and they said it was, like, the best thing that they'd ever seen.
Phil is the one who kind of made all this happen with my one portrait of him, but that's super cool. That's cool that they said that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when we were texting, it's like the outreach that you obviously have and how well known you are just for your work in Pittsburgh is pretty awesome, and that's why, like, we normally, like, everybody that we've had on to this point is just kind of like athletes, but we felt like this was a cool opportunity, especially with the Players Weekend. That was just perfect timing. So I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Alrighty, so where do you draw your inspiration from?
There's a few different spots. So to go all the way back at kind of the genesis of this whole thing is I love Pittsburgh just because my grandfather was a steel worker for 42 years and built kind of the city that I love. He worked at the Edgar Thompson plant in Braddock. So my roots are deep into Pittsburgh. Typical, just iron steel worker who raised a family here, and I love every bit of it. So my inspiration mainly comes from just being an athlete growing up and into college, and then just kind of, I was always drawing sports figures, and then I'm also a Christian and a pastor, so my inspiration comes from the Bible, and the Spirit, and Jesus. So those two things are really what I'm passionate about, where I draw my inspiration from. And those are the things that keep me going.
Okay. Oh, about what age did you discover your talent and you were like, okay, I'm actually a lot better at this than literally everybody else around me?
Yeah, that's an interesting question because I think I realized at a fairly young age that I was doing things that was kind of ahead of, like, my classmates in elementary school, to be honest. Like, all the way back then, I felt like I could perceive things a little bit differently, and to be able to replicate those things on the paper a little bit ahead of people. So I kind of had this understanding that I was going to be good at art from a young age, and I was always drawing. I have this picture of me when I was like maybe 1 year old, standing up, drawing on this little toy easel with a crayon. So I kind of knew this thing was that I was going to be an artist, somebody who creates things, and I kind of knew this for a while now.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Did you go to, like, an art school or anything like that, or?
No, I played football. I went to college to play football at Kentucky Christian University, and I actually majored in preaching and biblical studies. So there was no art at Kentucky Christian University. It was just something that it was a small college town. Less people there than went to my high school at Norwin High School, and outside of football, there wasn't really much to do, so I kind of picked the art back up. And from the first time I sat down and drew at KCU after not making any art for a long time, after that first project I did at KCU, I was like so back into it. I just dove right into it. So that's kind of where this whole thing started.
Okay. What was your first piece of art that got, like, a lot, at least by your standards, recognition?
Yeah, so I made this painting about a year ago, in June of 2017, so a little over a year ago. It was the famous 2014 USA Sochi Olympics headshot that Phil Kessel did, that everybody turned into a meme here in Pittsburgh once he got traded to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to do that portrait because I thought Mikey and Big Bob would like it from the Freak Show.
Yeah, yeah.
And they did, but as I posted it, I got a message from somebody who went to high school with me, somebody who I consider owing my life to at this point. She said that she and her family were friends with Phil Kessel personally, and I was like, yeah, right. I was like, there is no way. And she said, I can give this painting to him. So I thought, you know what, why not take the risk? And I gave her this painting, and she didn't hear anything for about 2 months. And then one night, a little over a year ago, in late August, I got a text message from Phil Kessel. It was Phil, the Stanley Cup, and my painting.
Yeah.
And people love that.
Just pulled that picture up.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture right now on your Instagram.
Yeah, it really blew up. WTAE found it, and they ran it. WPXI, all the Pittsburgh local news ran it, and then NHL.com reached out to me and did a story on it, and then the NHL Network picked it up, and then NHL Network had me on to do live paintings over in their studios in New Jersey, and everything just sort of that painting got everything rolling. To be honest, I consider Phil Kessel a great friend of mine because of this.
Okay. I think you've already mentioned, is 10 minutes like your like average well, you said 10-minute projects is like a thing, but is that your average project time, or is that like the 10-minute paintings are like a standalone thing?
So the live painting is a standalone thing, and,
Okay.
and I have a little equation for the live painting is I want to create the most detailed painting in the least amount of time, if that makes sense. I want to make sure I create something that looks good, looks realistic, in the shortest period of time that I can do it in, and that takes a lot of practice. So that is its own standalone thing. Projects like the cleats that I worked on take days and days and sometimes weeks. There's a drawing I did of Cam Hayward.
Yeah.
That's a hyper realistic one that took me the span of 2 months, and I think like a total of 40 hours. So each medium is a little bit different for me.
Oh, okay. So it's actually, speaking of which, who was the first person that came to you to do like a pair of shoes or a pair of cleats or something like that?
So actually, I think I reached out to it was either Arthur Motes or Tyson Alualu. And Tyson actually just texted me like less than an hour ago for the new season, coming up to do more cleats. But I think the first pair of cleats I did was to Motes and Tyson.
Okay. Oh man, Arthur Motes, gonna miss him in Pittsburgh. Like him and his wife are just incredible people. Like as people,
Yeah.
really miss them in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Do you have a personal favorite piece of your own?
I mean, it's really easy to say the Phil Kessel piece just because of all the traction it kind of got for me, and that was an incredible moment in my life when it started kind of going everywhere. There's one of Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, and Chris Letang that I did for Chris.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite one that I saw.
Yeah, that I love that one. And here's what's special about that, and not a lot of people know this, is that Chris actually had Sid and Gino write messages on the jersey part, on the black jersey part of Sid and Gino to Chris. And I think it was more of a kind of keep your head up type deal, or like a big encouragement. Because I know Chris was playing in the playoffs injured, and I know he wasn't playing up to what he wanted to be. So I think it was really special that Sid and Gino kind of wrote him messages on that painting, which to me is super, super cool.
It is. Like I said, I don't know what it is about that, but when I saw that, I showed my dad too, and he was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." Like I showed him a bunch of your stuff, and he said that was probably his favorite one as well. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it. I mean, that, and then obviously, like you said, the Cam Hayward one is so detailed. Like, it literally just looks like you're looking at a picture that was taken at a game. So, Those two stand out, but yeah, definitely for you, like the Phil Kessel one, just because of what it did for you. You know, like after that, it was like a skyrocket. So it'd be hard to say anything other than that one for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So what does art mean to you?
That's a really detailed question. That's a really
This is where we get deep.
This is a deep question. So I actually posted something today on Facebook, kind of surrounding this article that Adam Berry wrote about Trevor Williams' Project 34 for Players Weekend, and kind of about the charity that goes on. And the first line that I said is, I think it was, art isn't just painting. Art isn't just a painting. Art isn't just a sculpture. Art isn't just something that's physical. I think art goes beyond what's on the canvas or on the paper. And what I mean by that is I think the art is kind of how somebody processes what's on those things. I think art is eternal, and it goes beyond just what we see. It's how we think and how we feel, and how looking at certain pieces like paintings and just these pictures and photographs, how these things make our brain, how it connects to the creative parts of our brain. That's the art. I was always told that from another Pittsburgh artist, Baron Batch, that art isn't just a painting. If you make somebody stop and look at your painting and think and feel and share a new perspective, then that's a win. That's the art right there. So for me, art is everything that goes beyond just the canvas. I think the canvas is just the surface area. So I think, not to be too philosophical, but like art is just within us.
Wow. Yeah. Well, we said it was going to be a deep answer, and that's pretty deep. Everything within you, and it just shows on the canvas. Interesting that you brought up Baron Batch. I've actually thought about reaching out to him too, just because, I mean, obviously he stopped his football pursuit to become an artist, and like what a decision that was. I mean, I follow him on Instagram and see his artwork and stuff too. But yeah, he's incredible as well.
Yeah, absolutely. He mentored me for the summer of 2016. I came up to his studio, and he was a great mentor, and not so much like sit down teaching things, but he took me everywhere and showed me different how he does different murals, how he does different things. Now our styles are very different, but the stuff that I learned philosophically and technique wise go way beyond anything on paper, on canvas.
Okay. Now, how many different like painting styles do you have? Because you obviously have you do like just with your fingers, right? Like on the canvas and stuff like that, and then you do like with a brush with the shoes. How many different types of art do you do?
So I can tell you how many different types of art I'm good at, and I can tell you the ones that I've tried and I'm not so good at, but I can see if I could pick up some tips and techniques maybe off of YouTube. So I would say that my best form of art is my colored pencil drawings. Like the Cam Hayward one, I feel like I can be super realistic, super detailed. One that I'm really trying to look more at and trying to grow at is the live painting that I do in front of people that try to be 12 minutes or less, 10 minutes or less. And so I can sit down and do paintings with brushes. I can just do regular graphite and charcoal drawings. I can use pens, markers. And one thing that I'm trying to learn and trying to get canvases big enough to do this, which would be like murals and stuff, is spray paint. So all of these different things are things that I'm always going to be working on. So I'm not going to put one on the back burner. Those are the ones that I can do. And maybe, who knows, maybe I'll take up sculpting or ice shaving or however you call it.
That'd be pretty cool. So
out of those, I probably won't do.
Out of those styles, do you have a favorite one that you do?
Yeah, I do. I really love the challenge of pushing myself to do better, to be more realistic. So the colored pencil drawings that I do, I'm always trying to get more detailed. To like, I remember one time in 12th grade, I was in AP art, and I was trying to like draw skin cells on people where you could tell that they had cells on their body, which I learned is a very tedious thing to do. But I'm always trying to push myself into color pencil drawings, and I think that's where I'm seeing the most growth. And I'm actually doing a lot of charity with color pencil drawings, and that's my big passion. So I would say color pencil drawings.
Okay.
All right. Well, do you guys have any other questions?
I'm
No.
good.
I have a question.
All righty. What's up?
Who's your favorite athlete to have on the show?
Who's our favorite? Oh,
Ooh.
They're all a little bit different.
so
They all have
two
different
of them have gotten
personalities.
traded.
Yeah. That might not be.
I'm torn between
Shane Boz and Taylor Hearn were both on here, and they both got traded. So we consider ourselves a curse. I don't know if we're getting anybody else on here after that. So Deion Stafford, who's a catcher
Yeah.
in the Pirates organization, and who I still talk with regularly, he's very charismatic and outspoken. And I mean, he even says to his own, the reason is he has ADD. He says that himself. Like he said that on here.
Yeah.
That is why he has the personality that he does. Is he's just always so hyper, down to talk. That's why he's so good at calling a game for pitchers, is because of that. So he was really good. And then there's an outfielder in the Pirates organization by the name of Jared Oliva, who was he might as well have approached us about coming on because he was so about it, and he wants to come back on. And I think he's just he really loves talking to himself, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had a podcast kind of like Trevor and Steven do when he makes it to the league.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so those two jump out to me just because of they love to talk, so it comes natural for them. You have guys that, aren't really about talking as much, and it becomes harder. You got to kind of carry the show, but that's what we do anyway.
I was going to say, I personally like the Jordy Bellerive just because it was different. It was a hockey player. So
yeah. Yeah, that's
I mean,
true.
he was one that didn't talk as much, but it was just a different it was a different conversation because everybody else we had was baseball players.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and I gotta say Deion Stafford. That was a good conversation.
Yeah, well, what the thing about him, though, is he's a Philly fan. So,
I can live with that.
yeah. So we had to hear about the Eagles winning the Super Bowl when he was on here. And it was funny. He messaged me because I put on Twitter that I had was given free tickets for the Steelers-Ravens Sunday night game, and he messaged me asking if he could have them. Because as far as a Steelers fan, I was like, bro, I wasn't saying I was giving away tickets for free. I was telling everyone that I had them for free. I got them for free for myself. So he's an Eagles fan that was trying to go to a Steelers-Ravens game. But he's funny. Any other questions?
I think I'm good. It was a really good time. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Have you ever done anything else kind of like this? Like any other podcasts, phone interviews, or I'm sure you've done some interviews because of the art, but
So this is actually my first podcast. I've
Dope.
done a couple stories for like Pittsburgh local news, and I was on NHL Network. So I have minimal experience. So hopefully I'm getting better every single time I have to I appear on something.
I think so. It sounded good, at least from
So
a
you were
quality
great.
standpoint. Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. It was it was a lot of fun. I appreciate not a lot of people ask these in-depth questions, so it was really cool just to kind of unpack a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Thank you. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day too.
we also appreciate your artistic talent
That
because
too.
we do not have any.
We have to artistically live vicariously through you. So keep doing
Well,
what you're
I
doing.
appreciate-
It's crazy. It was crazy to me when you told me you were 23 because I'm sitting here thinking I'm 23, and so is Tyler here. So, but yeah, you're doing an incredible thing, especially for somebody as young as you. So we just hope to watch you continue to grow, and we'll be along for the journey.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate that. Now, I subscribed to you guys today on iTunes.
Oh,
the
okay. So
podcast
I was gonna
section,
say I'll
so-
text you when we put the episode up, but you'll get the notification then. So
Yeah, I'm excited. When do they usually come up?
this will probably be tomorrow, just because we recorded so late. So it'll be like tomorrow afternoon.
All right, perfect.
Alrighty.
Do you want to plug your stuff real quick? Tell,
Yeah.
tell
Tell
everybody
Give
where
us
they
your
can find your
give us
stuff.
your handles and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. So you can find me on Twitter at Cody_Sabol, or you can find me on Instagram at Cody Sabol Art. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. Wherever there's a social media network, I am on it. So my website is CodySableArt.com. I have my videos and I have my gallery. Whatever you need from me are on those things. So yeah, check it out.
Alrighty. Well, around the 412 listeners, that's been Cody Sabol, and great interview. And like I said, we're just gonna, as Pittsburgh collectively, watch him continue to do great things in the art world. So thanks, Cody, and enjoy the rest of your Friday.
I appreciate that, man. You too.
And we're back. That was a cool interview.
Yeah.
Different.
Like I said,
Not an athlete.
we've been bringing athletes on here and stuff, but figured it made sense.
You know what? I just realized that was our second interview that wasn't an athlete. We just had David on.
Oh, yeah, Resnick.
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
Tomorrow's his
mental athlete.
Tomorrow's his birthday.
Oh,
Great job on that, by the way.
Yeah.
Who won?
So close to $4,000.
none of us.
Yeah, I know that.
I saw the video.
I didn't know if we knew anybody.
I know somebody won our shirt.
Yeah. Did we send that out yet?
We'll talk about it after. I had a question before we did that. So
I got you.
but yeah, so obviously great event. Hope that we can go to the Pirate game and meet him. I don't know if you guys are around, but I think it's the 7th or
I
whatever.
should be. I don't know.
And then the 8th, if we can go to that, the South Hill Miracle League South Hills opening day, and obviously Sean Casey will be there. So
Where exactly is that?
8th
In there-
of September.
yeah. Oh,
When?
yeah, that's right. That's
During
when
the day when?
I don't know what time of day it is.
It's gonna be later afternoon, I assume.
That's
Right when he can't do it.
Yeah.
That's Penn State.
But no, it's a night game, so you might be able to. I mean,
Well, I also work.
I'll-
I don't know if I'm calling off work that day or not.
it's around me. I can tell you that much because I'm in the South Hills. So
Since I'll be in New York City the following weekend, I don't know if I'm calling off the day of the Penn State game too. Penn
I
State.
kind of I want to make it just
Screw Penn
because
State.
we were kind of a part of it. I feel like,
Yeah.
and I don't know.
I'd want to go.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But I guess that's about it. Like I said, not an athlete, but incredible artist. Only 23 years old, so sky's the limit for what
Makes
he can
me
do.
feel
and
like crap.
sky's the limit for what he can do, and we'll continue to follow along with it. As should you guys. So
do what he did. Subscribe to us on iTunes.
and
I can't wait to get an around the 412 painting in our studio.
check out the Pirates players wearing his stuff this weekend.
That are getting
Their players-
absolutely shelled. I had to turn off the game.
I will say my favorite shoes are the Trevor Williams shoes. Not,
Him
I mean the Project 34 ones are sweet, but the Star Wars, like the him and Yoda.
Yeah.
Yoda's on his back. As a Star Wars fan, I love that.
So, shout out to Cody. Shout out to Cervelli. Gave us a picture wearing a shirt, but they haven't been very good since.
Not our fault.
But
Fire
Coincidence.
go to our merchandise store, buy some shirts. Also,
We are good.
last thing, want to give a shout out. It's been a while since I've done a Twitter shout out, but Isaiah on Twitter, SteelJ_97, been brought to our attention that his dad suffered a heart attack over the weekend, last weekend, and he isn't doing too well. And I don't know if he's still in the hospital, what the situation is there, but obviously prayers with him. Best wishes. We hope he gets well. We'll follow along for updates on that. But until then, you can like and subscribe. Follow us on everything. Participate in the Around the 412 Tuesdays now.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
which one of you guys is doing next. But
I don't. Who made
We
that
don't know.
name?
It was pretty interactive.
Who made that name?
Yeah, I know.
He tweeted it without telling us.
I know.
But it was pretty cool. I got asked like 10 questions or something like that. So decent turnout for the first week, and we'll continue to do that. So follow us on there because we're trying to build up our Instagram. But we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.